everybody. It's Abby Glassenberg from Craft Industry Alliance. Hope you're having a fabulous day today. I just noticed there's a giraffe sticking out of my head. Love it. So today we are doing our members spotlight, which we do every single Wednesday right around this time. And I'm actually really excited to talk to our guest today. It's going to be Wendy Batten. Wendy is somebody who is not only a Craft Industry Alliance member, but she's also going to be teaching at H&H America. So she's one of our faculty members. So she's going to come on and talk a little bit about what she does. Wendy, I see you here. You can request to join by clicking the plus sign at the bottom. And she's also going to tell us what she's going to be teaching at H&H. Be all about. So I'm very excited to have Wendy joining us. And Wendy's also a member of my mastermind group, which is so amazing. We've been meeting for a while now. I don't know how long it's been, but hey, Wendy, how are you?
I'm good. Hi. I
I
haven't
was
done this
just saying that
before.
you're a member of our mastermind group, my mastermind group, as well, as well as being a member of Craft Industry Alliance and teaching at H&H.
I'm everywhere's, man.
Absolutely. So
Good.
Wendy, so good
Yeah,
to see you.
you too.
And first, if you can start by telling us a little bit about what you do, because you work with small retailers of all kinds from all over the place, and you're like a coach and really help them to be more successful. So talk to us a little bit about who you work with and what you do with them.
So thank you for inviting me. First of all, that's really exciting to be here. So I actually come from a background of brick and mortar, had a studio and retail business, booth space. I've had actually several retail spaces, I mean, multiple, and then I did franchise my business and eventually sell it. Um, Fat story thin, I guess. But now I have the opportunity to work with brands and retailers, and also with those who help retailers, which has just been a wonderful, not not addition to, but I help retailers, independent studio owners, shop owners, specialty retailers. That's my gig. I work with a lot of, a lot of your members. I have the
Yeah.
fortunate to work with a lot of creatives and crafters, and also, bookstores, chocolate stores, anybody who went from a really passionate and, love for their product into small independent retailers. Most of my retailers are accidental entrepreneurs. So they had a passion and a hobby for something, and now they are in a brick and mortar business and they are selling it to their community, and part of their communities, their growing community. So I help them. My role seems to be, I say I do a lot of things, but I help them with their marketing. I help them with putting that CEO hat on. I'm laughing. I literally just got off a call with a client, and I literally had my CEO hat on to remind them to wear their like literal CEO hat. And that's really just to help, because there's two things that we have to be, and this, Abby, we have to be really, really good at our thing, whatever it is that we do. We have to be passionate about it. We have to care about it, but that's not enough. We also have to have that back of house CEO. We have to become financial leaders. We have to, marketing. We have to do all of those other things. And it's sometimes hard to balance the two. So I help with frameworks, and I have an inner circle, like we do at the Craft Alliance. I have a retailers inner circle, my group, my community. I have mastermind groups as well, and programs, and work one-on-one with retailers in different capacities. So yeah, it's a ripple effect. I feel like, we need to stay strong in our communities. We need to, we are like really important to our communities. So I'm in the business of helping people keep their communities and their businesses alive. So
Yes, absolutely.
that's a nutshell.
Such
Yeah.
important work. Our retail yarn shops, quilt shops, craft studios, ceramic studios. There's so many brick and mortar retailers that are independent retailers, specialty retailers
Yeah.
in the crafts industry. And so it's such valuable work that you're doing. And everyone can find that over at your website. And we're really excited to have you joining us at H&H America, as you're going to be teaching quite a few classes. And, one of the things that when we work with our committee to plan the education that will be at the show, one of the things that, we really focus on is making sure there are classes that are specifically for the brick and mortar retailers.
Mm-hmm.
Because at a trade show, that's a primary group of people who are there. They're there to learn, and they're there to see what's new and to buy for their stores. And so we wanted to make sure we really offer them like top of the line educational opportunities that make it really worth their while to come. So if you can tell us maybe give us a little preview of maybe one of the classes that you're going to be teaching at the show, just to sort of whet everybody's appetite. I'll let you pick, or I can pick, up to you.
Okay, well, you pick because I can talk all
Okay.
day about either of them. So, but I'm doing two classes. Yeah.
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 One of the ones I was thinking about is going from hobby to business mindset. Because, and honestly, this is a class beyond brick and mortar that really everyone can take too, because as you said, most people in the crafts industry, or at least many people, are passionate about what they
Yeah.
do. They love to knit, love to crochet, love to embroider, whatever it might be, and then find themselves with a business, sometimes a really successful business, and have to shift that mindset. And it can be hard to do. I feel like it's an ongoing, long process. It's not something that you flip a switch and overnight you go from being a hobbyist who's really good at whatever it is that you do to being a business owner who can see everything in that light.
Yeah. So to be honest, I'm so glad you picked that one. I always feel like when I say that, it's like people are like, oh, mindset's boring, right? But it's not. It's so crucial to survival. And it actually is one of the biggest things. I feel like I've made people cry, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but like when they really like get it, like when they really stand taller, when you're understanding that what we're doing is not a hobby. And I think like even myself, when I first opened my first studio, that was just like a hobby, and then it got a little bit busy, and then I bought some inventory, and I started teaching classes. It was like this like slow sort of mindset, and oh well, I don't know why people would want to like learn from me, but here, it's so simple for me to paint. I was a painter, a furniture painter. But so what happens is we end up with these businesses that we love, these beautiful brick and mortar stores, and now all of a sudden we have all these maybe employees or responsibilities, or like, and like you said, it never ends. And truthfully, once you kind of get this going and this part of your CEO mindset going, then there's like a next level of things you have to learn. Like it just keeps growing. And so, I mean, you and I are great examples. We're in a mastermind together because we're still learning and growing at, whatever stage. We're just continuing learning to be better business owners, better CEOs. That all starts with our mindset. So in the class, and what we're going to be talking about, just so everybody knows, like they're like, what is she going to be talking about mindset wise? It's really about how to show up as the CEO, as like to go from that, this is just my hobby, to realize that this is a profitable business. It's a real business, and it's not easy. It's not easy being boss. Like that's one thing we're going to talk about, learning to be the boss, because like that's a gig we have to now have and be, and it's not always easy making decisions, making financial decisions, getting uncomfortable, and also showing up maybe, and I hate saying this, but like a little more professionally, like really understanding that, we have to, when the bigger our store, we might have to expand our hours. For example, I can only speak for myself, but my studio at first was only open a couple of hours a week. And then it was like 3 days a week. And then it was like, okay, well, if I'm going to turn this in, like I had to shift the mindset to be like, okay, if I'm going to like pay the rent and bring in more inventory and hire some staff, okay, I have to show up differently. Not unauthentically, but differently. Like we have to keep evolving as the CEO. So we'll be talking about being the boss, showing up differently, just in a better, more confident way, being more confident in our decision making and the things that we do, delegation and understanding, just being a leader in general. It's kind of like, for me, it was a long ways from being a CEO, from being a furniture painter. I was like a hobbyist to like CEO. Like that was like, seemed weird. And I'm not talking like, I used to joke and say the Tesla driving CEO, but actually Teslas are nice. There's nothing wrong with them, but whatever, like, it's not about, not doing your craft and not showing up authentically. It is about stepping into your power and getting really confident that you have a real business. A lot of us have not a tendency. My experience has been, I see a lot of people who feel like maybe they're supporting people around them don't always take their business serious. That can be a really like a difficult thing. Maybe somebody in your own house doesn't like, they're just like, oh, mom's job, you know, mom's little job. I've seen that a lot. And so I want to show you and help you realize that there's some stronger ways and why it's important to stand a little taller, put that CEO hat on, and we'll really shift that mindset with some practical ideas and strategies as well. So,
that's great. And again,
yeah.
I feel like this is really a class specifically for brick and mortar retailers, but also really for everyone at the show who would like to sort of improve in those areas, and you know, that confidence and decision making, how to make mistakes and come back from them, for example. There's so many things that go into doing this. So I'm really looking forward to that class. You're going to have another class as well. And so folks can go over to the Craft Industry Alliance website under news and find the tab that will show you all the classes that are there, and you can find Wendy there. And tickets for the show are on sale now. If you're a Craft Industry Alliance member, you get a free ticket, so that's awesome. Otherwise, they're $55 for a ticket to the show, and then you can register for either a class a la carte, or you can get the class pass and take as many classes as you like. So I think either way, you know, there's 12 classes in total that you can choose from, but you should definitely sign up for Wendy's. I suggest getting the class pass so you can take as many as you want, take both of Wendy's classes and a couple more as well, and just make it worth your while. You're coming to Chicago, you know, invest in yourself, invest in your skills, and learning from the best. That's what it's all about. So Wendy, we're very excited to have you. Thank you so much.
Oh,
and just tell us a little bit about how people can work with you. If you like what you're hearing now and just want to sign on and get started before the show or afterward, tell us how folks can work with you.
Okay. So, well, thank you. Thank you. First of all, I would like to remind everybody, like, go check out the instructors that are coming. You know, there's some, like, I can't wait. I can't wait to, you know, some great sessions that are going to be there. So I think you've done an amazing job at curating a variety of help for retailers. And I just think it's a great lineup, I guess, and I'm very flattered to be part of it. So thank you. And I do want to encourage those of you who do come, seek me out if you come to my class, or if you don't, like, I'd love to chat. So I'll be around. I'm there all week. I don't know. I'll be there all week. That's what they say. But so yeah, seek me out. I'd love to chat and connect with retailers for sure. You can reach me. Follow me on Instagram here at Instagram or at Wendy Batten Biz. Follow me here. Also over on my website, I have a work with me tab, and I have my services there. I work one-on-one with clients. I have an inner circle, which is a group program. I love my people in my group program. I'm a very high touch coach. So you can find us at the Retailers Inner Circle over on my website as well too. And again, I do the one-on-one coaching. So just drop over, see what there's some free resources over there. And I have a podcast called the Creative Shop Talk Podcast, if you just want to get a little more information. And I talk about all the things for brick and mortar retailers are who I specialize with as well. So.
That's great. Yes, the Creative Shop Talk podcast. And, you know, when you're walking the dog, folding the laundry, doing the dishes, driving, whatever it might be, you can get great advice, you know, right in your ears and start to take some action. So very excited about that. Thank you so much, Wendy, for joining us. And thank you, everyone who came today. We will see you at H&H Americas.
Bye, everybody. See you soon.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye.
Bye.